Hello, this is Chef John from foodwishes.com with fast and easy cream spinach. That's right, we've done cream spinach before, but we did the old school, old-fashioned steakhouse version. And while I do love that version, this is a little easier, a little quicker, a little more contemporary, and believe it or not, maybe even a little lighter. All right, so check it out. We're going to start by wilting some spinach. So we're going to take our largest stock pot or soup kettle. We're going to put a little bit of olive oil in the bottom. Put it on high heat and dump in a couple pounds of cleaned spinach. It's been picked, it's been rinsed, it's been washed. There's no stems, or hardly any. And did I do any of that? Heck no. I buy those bags where it's already prepped for you. And so should you. All right, so we're going to dump in the spinach. We're going to quickly throw on the lid, and we're going to let it sit there for exactly 1 minute. Remember, the heat's on high. And after a minute, you're going to take off the lid, and you're just going to start moving it, stirring it around, and tossing it until it's completely wilted. So that minute cover just gives you a little head start. And from that point on, you can just leave it uncovered. We're just stirring, we're tossing, we're mixing until it all wilts down and looks like that. And be careful, while we want this cooked all the way through, we still want it to stay green. So don't go too far. Now you'll see here there's still a couple small leaves that aren't wilted. That's fine. Those are going to wilt from the residual heat. So when it looks like that, I want you to stop immediately. And I want you to throw it into a strainer. And we're going to squeeze out as much of that hot liquid as possible. I'm going to transfer that to a plate that's been lined with 4 or 5 layers of paper towel. I really want that to wick away that extra moisture. And of course, when it is cool, we're going to gather all that up and just squeeze out the last of the liquid. Because for this version of cream spinach, liquid is not our friend. All right, so while that's cooling down, we're going to go ahead and get our spice mixture together. This is a recipe where you want to have all your ingredients, all your mise en place done ahead of time. So I'm going to start with a pinch of salt, some cayenne pepper, some freshly grated nutmeg. Never use the pre-ground if you can help it, and you can help it. Some freshly ground black pepper, and that's it for the dry spices. We're also going to do some freshly grated lemon zest. It's an awesome way to get lemon flavor in this without lemon juice. So that's going to work better. All right, after the lemon zest, last but not least, we're going to mince up some shallot. They say it's somewhere in between a garlic and an onion. That's kind of a weird description. It's very unique. You should try it. All right, so those are minced, and all our ingredients are now officially ready. So we're going to go back over to the spinach. We're going to squeeze it really well, like as dry as you can get it. Once that happens, I'm going to give it a very rough chop on the cutting board. All right, we're not mincing this, but you do want to give it a little bit of a chop so that creamy sauce mixes in a little more easily. And we are now ready to officially make fast and easy cream spinach. So when you are ready to serve, go ahead and put a skillet on medium heat. We're going to add some butter, and as soon as it melts, we're going to go ahead and add our shallot, and we're just going to sweat that in the butter, stirring occasionally with a freakishly small wooden spoon. And we're going to cook that for about 3 or 4 minutes until it just barely starts to turn golden. We don't want it to brown. We just want it to kind of turn translucent and start to sweeten up a little bit. Okay? So that might take maybe 3 or 4 minutes. So right there, mine was looking perfect. At that point, we're going to throw in our seasoning mixture. I'm going to give that a quick mix with the spoon. I kind of like when my seasonings mix in with the hot fat. I always feel like it extracts a little more flavor. Who knows? And then it's time for the star of the show, cream. And by the way, anytime I say cream in any of these videos, at home, I want you to say to yourself out loud, get the money, dollar bill, y'all. So we're going to pour that in. We're going to turn the heat up to medium high. And we're simply going to reduce that by about half. And when cream reduces, and this is why you can't use skim milk for this, when cream reduces, it thickens up, and that is going to be our cream sauce. And while it is true cream has significantly more fat than milk, we're also not using a butter-based roux in this, so really it's about the same calories. All right, so let it reduce. It's going to get thicker and thicker, and you see there, that is looking good. So that's about halfway reduced. You can see how that's thickened up beautifully. At this point, I want you to lower your heat down to low. We're going to toss in our spinach, and as soon as that's heated through, it's going to take maybe 2 minutes. You are basically done. Okay? Of course, you're going to taste and adjust for salt and pepper. You knew that, though. And then one last optional step, and of course, as I always say, by optional, I mean please do it. I like to toss in a little bit of freshly grated Reggiano Parmesan. I think it gives it a nice finishing touch. I have also done that with a little bit of sharp cheddar. Also nice. And that's it. Give it one last toss. And if you're happy and you know it, put it on a plate. As you know, this is a classic steak side dish. So I had a little bit of sliced flank steak left over This went beautiful with it. The lemon, by the way, is for the steak, not the spinach, but that would be fine. I don't judge. And that's it. Fast and easy cream spinach. It looks like the old school traditional version, and it tastes very, very similar. But like I said, it's just a little quicker, a little easier, a little more contemporary. And of course, I'm going to verify that right now. So good. That shallot really makes it a little extra special. It's just rich enough. It's not too rich by any means. You have that little subtle hint of lemon. So anyway, whether you're looking for something for a fancy steak dinner or just a side dish for a regular weeknight meal, this is going to work. So I hope you give it a try. Head over to foodwishes.com for all the ingredient amounts and more info as usual. And as always, enjoy.